Oh yeah, what's going on? I'm in the house. What's going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? Welcome to this again, the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen and heard everywhere, particularly on Podbean and here on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter, and of course at the second home of the Big Time Show podcast, which of course is the Spotlight Sports Network. Hello to everybody that is here. I get to specifically speaking to some of you in just a second because, as you should know by now, my routine, I am sharing. I hope that some of you will do the same. We try to get the word out a little bit. Our version of Cowboy news, you understand? Our version. Well, not really our, because some of you may not even share my version. So it's really my version of Cowboy news, the way I see it, the way I call it. And it is what it is. What is going on, everybody? Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Some of you are incredibly fired up because just about all of us have a 3-day weekend. So I know you guys are excited. Some of you are already on the grill already. If you're not, you're probably going shopping if you haven't already. So, this is just a good time to, be out. We off work. Everybody enjoy the day. I don't know what you do for a living, but whatever you do, you're going to enjoy your day off. So it is what it is. Listen, got a few things I want to share, Cowboy related, that really is the same thing over and over again. And I just don't know why folks keep falling for the okie doke. I just don't. I don't get it. But I serve you today as a person who is here to catch you before you go too deep. That's what I'm doing here today. That's all I'm doing today. I'm not trying to. I guess I am trying to rain on your parade a little bit. I guess I am. Well, what's going on? Who is this? Hey, Joe, Coach Dante. Today is Coach Dante's birthday. Happy birthday to Coach Dante, one of my colleagues at the Spotlight Sports Network. Happy birthday, Joe. Appreciate you, Joe, from Italy, country of Italy. Thank you, Joe, for you helping your boy out here, man. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Michael Evans, how you doing, sir? What's going on? What is going on, man? D Nice. What's up, D? Noop is on here with me for a minute. Craig Pratcher. Hey, what's going on? I see you guys. I appreciate anybody who pops in and comments. Some of you, I'm on 2 channels on Facebook right now, so if I didn't call your name out, it's because I'm looking at one channel on my phone, but then right here in front of me, I got everybody at one time here, looking here. So if you don't say nothing to me, I can't say nothing to you. The only way I'm going to know is you unless you put something in the comments there. I just like saying hello to folks. If y'all take any time out to say hello, come hang with me for a minute, I would appreciate it. So what's going on? All right. I titled this show Plenty of Talk. And I put that in quotation marks because, as usual, right around this time here, the Dallas Cowboys start talking. They start. This is the time where, I guess it's no different than any organization. I'll be fair. This is the time when everybody start talking and trying to give hope. And the Cowboys are notorious for this. Notorious for a bunch of talk is going on. A bunch of yip, a bunch of innuendo and a bunch of jibber jabberish. You know, that's what I've been hearing the last few days. I just been sitting back and watching. I can't take no more. Hey, Tommy, I see you, brother. Appreciate you popping in on me, man. Thank you so much. A bunch of yip yap. That's all what's going on. A bunch of hope. This is what Jerry sells the dream. This is where a few of the players start selling the dream of a great year. And you have to watch the Cowboys because some of them, a bunch of yip yap. Hey, what's up, Coleman? That's all it is. Bunch of yip yap. Bunch of knick-knack paddywhack stuff. I got to start it, Coach. I'm the only one that's gonna come out here. You know, I'm not trying to kill hope. I'm just trying to mix it with a little reality. How about that? And a lot of people don't like that. I mean, I get it. And some people will call it negativity, but sooner or later, everybody got to come see me. Because stuff that y'all end up saying, I said it from the beginning. See? But I'm going to let you have your hope. But I'm trying to give you some reality so your blood pressure won't go up so much. That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to save people, man. I'm trying to save you from popping Advils and aspirin and, you know, all that stuff. Talking about my head hurting and all. Look, I'm trying to catch you. I'm trying to get you like me. Hey, Pi, I see you. I'm trying to, I'm trying to, hey, Damon, I'm just trying to help people, man. I'm trying to get y'all. And this does not diminish my star. I'm a 100% bona fide, legitimate Dallas Cowboy fan. Ain't nobody tell me nothing about no Cowboy fandom now. I stand across the world and say, how dare anybody take my star from me? It's no question about that. But during the years, I have evaded depression. Yeah, I have evaded dark time by mixing in reality with this hope. You know, I ain't going to the liquor store. You know, some of y'all done drunk many a fifths. Yeah, y'all. Some of y'all done drunk half pints, too many half pints. Mess with the Dallas Cowboys. Some of y'all done lost y'all bill money, your light bill money. Some of you done called the finance companies talking about, I need another extension on this car note because you done spend money with the Dallas Cowboys, betting and all that. I'm trying to save you. That look. Y'all ain't got to say nothing. I know what's going on. I know. I done seen it. And before this thing really get kicked off, I need all of y'all to come to me just for a little reality. Now look, if you want to look, get some reality, okay? Then you get some hope during the week. And then, you know, the blows won't be too hard. You understand? That's all I'm trying to get y'all to do. Nah, that's it. That's all. So let me go and give you reality because y'all done heard a lot of hope this week. It's time for reality. It's reality check time. Here I go. Number one, DeMarcus Lawrence. Lord have mercy. DeMarcus Lawrence. How many years do I got to keep hearing DeMarcus Lawrence talk like he the defensive player? Every year, this is the time, and he didn't let me down again. This is the time where he blow much smoke in there. He do. Talking about this, talking about that, and this time he you know. He trying now to say, y'all heard what he said. Y'all, okay, so some of y'all didn't. Let me go on, crank it up for you. So, DeMarcus Lawrence says that he's upset, and I guess I'm kind of paraphrasing a little bit. He's upset because he let a rookie come in and pretty much show him up. He talking about the great Mr. Michael Parsons showing him up. And he let that, and he said he got to go on, crank it back up and let everybody know that he is the man. That's really what he's saying. Now, I don't want y'all to get it twisted. Okay? I appreciate you, Damon. You know, they ain't gonna do it there. Damon, if I did the podcast now, they'll put about 10 security people on me and escort me right out the parking lot. You know. I live in Memphis. I don't want to go to Dallas and then get arrested in Texas, I may add, which is a very questionable place, depending on what part of Texas you're in, for black people. I just gotta go and say that. So I'm just thank you for that. Ain't nobody else gonna cheer for me, so I just gotta say that. So you gotta be careful where you going. I've been to Texas a few times, so I know. Some places you can go, some places you can't go. I better leave that alone for somebody to try to. I better leave that alone. Anyway, DeMarcus Lawrence talking much trash. He is. To himself, I halfway like it because the truth be told, he's trying to motivate himself. Okay, I ain't got no problem. There go Keith. You know what I'm talking about, Keith. Keith Harrell, you know. Thank you, Keith. I'm glad somebody know. Keith Harrell says some places you can't go. What's up, Coach? Coach says I like that big show. D-Law played well last year. I'm sure. Exactly. He does deserve the respect. D-Law does, because of what you just seen in the chat box of what Coach Price just said. That's why I was going with it. D-Law actually had a good year last year. He did. He still got double teams, which means that's respect, because teams are not foolish enough to let him go one-on-one. He still can bend. He still has a very explosive quick step. He still can beat you inside. The problem with Cowboy fans and myself, I'll throw myself in, was his contract. That's just the bottom line. He had the gigantic year, and now he comes up with maybe five, 6 sacks a year. And my argument has always been, okay, you don't get the money that he got by be talking about pressures and 4 or 5 sacks a year. No. When you get his kind of money, that means you've been putting quarterbacks on their back. And at a point in time, D-Law did that, and he got paid accordingly. And when he got paid accordingly, he has not done double-digit sacks since. However, in fairness to him, he's been hurt. We all know that. So just him getting back on the field deserves credit. However, he talking like he Aaron Donald or somebody. You know, that's how he's talking now. Y'all heard him. He's talking like he Aaron Donald, saying he's getting ready to take back over. And you know, some of y'all believed it. Okay. Some of y'all do. Okay. I'm not one of them. No. I'm just gonna go and cut through the field. Okay. I gonna cut through the field. Keith, I'm coming. I see you. Keith, I'm coming because you got to give me a little time. Let me go through my little list first. I'm coming to exactly what you just said there, Keith. I see it. Don't think I don't see what you're saying. I'm coming. I'm coming with that. D-Law, I'm just gonna be honest with you. He don't have to be, 15 sack guy. He don't. You don't have to be a 15 sack guy. We got enough firepower now. When you look at Fowler, when you look at Dorrance Armstrong, when you look at Williams, the kid that we just drafted from Ole Miss, when you look at Parsons, of course, and some of our defensive tackles gonna be able to get in there too. Guy like Olsen, who can give you probably about 4 or 5 sacks a year. He's a playmaker guy. Okay, D-Law does not have to be that guy anymore. He don't. I like that he putting the pressure on himself like that. I mean, this guy, hey, when you playing, you're supposed to reach for the stars. The reality is, however, is that his time for being the playmaker, that now belongs in the hands of Mr. Michael Parsons. Yeah. All we need him to do is cause havoc. He's quite capable of doing it. There's no question about it. But he talking. I'm going to let him believe what he want to believe. Just as long as you can give me about between 5 and 7 sacks if you're healthy. And I ain't worried about the pressures and all that kind of stuff. And I haven't even mentioned about how he plays the run. One thing, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about D-Law. One thing you cannot say is that he is not excellent against the run. What is one of the problems of the defense? If y'all know, y'all know. Everybody says we can't stop the run. Well, guess what? That's not because of D-Law. D-Law is excellent against the run. And so if he can do that, give me some pressures, and let's turn some of these pressures into about 5 to 7 sacks, I'm good with D-Law. Now, anything past that, I consider bonus because D-Law haven't done that in years. Partly because he was hurt a lot of them, and he really got into a good groove. D-Law performs well when he has a defensive tackle beside him. I'm talking about a defensive tackle that is a problem. It's not a coincidence that when David Irving left, D-Law's numbers went down. When David Irving was there, he was dominant. Now y'all got to go back a few years to see that, and it's not because D-Law was younger. I guess you can put a little bit in there. I'm just saying, D-Law has always done well when he has a defensive tackle that commands some attention. If you remember David Irving, oh my God, David Irving was a serious problem. And he demanded some double teams at times, which left D-Law one-on-one, and D-Law destroyed people. We got that kind of talent again, y'all. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if D-Law can get all that, but I'm saying we got some talented defensive tackles in our system this year. I'm talking about some real talented guys. And I do believe that this D-Law has a chance, if he can stay healthy, to do something close to probably, I said give me 5 to 7, but if the defensive tackles do what I think they can do, he might approach double digits this year. That's just my thought, my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so but he is not. Yeah. There you go, Coach. Coach feeling me. Coach going a little bit more detail with that. D-Law just needs some tag team partners. That's what he needs. The Aaron Donalds, those dudes are just different. They're just different. Anytime a dude get 3 men put on him, he still put up these type of numbers. You just a different cat. You just special. That's what that guy. The Khalil Max, those type guys. Those guys are just different. D-Law is not as good as they are, but he ain't too far from them. Let me put it that way. Exactly. I see you, Coach. I see you. Coach, they had 4 sacks in 7 games. That's production. That's production. It's just that, like I said, D-Law's contract got everybody messed up about him because you expect so much from a guy. You know, when he getting paid $20 million a year, you know, we don't want to hear nothing about no pressures. We want to hear about you putting people on because that's how they paid you. For a guy that's going to put people on their back. Matter of fact, people don't even want to hear nothing about how good you are against the run. They want to know how many sacks you get. But that's how you got paid. You had that gigantic year, and they paid you. They want you to do the same thing. D-Law is much, much more than that, though. And I, if you played the game and if you coached the game, you know what D-Law really means to this team. He means a lot. So I ain't gonna kill him, but I'm just saying he's doing a lot of talking. And maybe, maybe that's his motivation. To look at how Michael Parsons played last year. Maybe that's his motivation. I ain't gonna take it from him. If you keep reaching for the stars, who knows? You might come up on 10 sacks this year, which would be huge. Oh, ain't no doubt about that. So I ain't gonna kill him for that. But I'm just saying he's talking again, like he always do. But DeMarcus Lawrence is the off-season talking heavyweight champion of the world. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He talked like Ray Lewis. He talks the talk. And he walks the walk. He does. He just don't have the numbers to match it. That's all it is. I like D-Law. I used to put his name on milk cards because I was looking for him. There was a whole lot of games he was on the field. He ain't show up when we needed to call him out. But D-Law, last year, he had a pretty good year. He did. So I'm going to leave him alone. I'm just saying he talking. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with a little talk. You just better bag it up. Okay? Huh? Yeah. Exactly, Coach. Exactly, Coach. Exactly. As you can see by the name there, you can see by the comment by Coach Price, bingo. Him, if you ask most people, the 3 most talked about Cowboys probably over the last 5 years or so is Dak, of course, Ezekiel Elliott, and probably DeMarcus Lawrence running probably a close third, and then probably Amari Cooper at the time. And the reason why is because I just called out most of the people that got paid. Big money. I'm talking about huge money. And with those contracts come a lot of expectations. It's just the nature of the game, the nature of the business. When you get paid, folks looking for you to do big things. And if you're not doing big things, you're going to get talked about. It's just the truth. We just had that with Amari Cooper. It's the same scenario, except it's the opposite way. They said he wasn't doing enough, so they got rid of him. $20 million receiver. Expectations. That's what they said, even though they lied. That's the way I look at it. Which leads, of course, to part 2 of my little tirade here. The one and only Jerry Jones, who always around this time comes and starts yapping his mouth. And then at times he puts his foot in his mouth. And he always, during this time, start feeding the fan base hope. And in some cases, I guess unrealistic expectations. I guess I'll say it like that. By now, you already heard what he said. You know what he said. But in case you didn't, here we go. Here we go, y'all. Let's look at this together real quick, y'all. Jones told the Star Telegram that CeeDee Lamb will be an upgrade over Cooper as a true number one receiver in the Cowboy offense. Jones said he was trying to slight Cooper, whom the team traded March in part because his production didn't match his $20 million practice tag. But Jones acknowledged Cooper had issues and that Lamb has the makings of a more complete number one receiver in production, watch this, in the huddle and off the field. Wow. You know, that's a little tacky by Jerry. Let's go over this part again, y'all. Jones told the Star Telegram that CeeDee Lamb will be an upgrade over Cooper as a true number one receiver in the Cowboy offense. Let me stop right there and just say, how you know? I don't know. Nobody knows that. I don't know that. I don't know what CeeDee Lamb gonna do. I think I know what he's capable of doing. I mean, I know what Cooper brought. I know Cooper brought a double team to him every game. I know that. I know that a defensive coordinator double teamed Amari Cooper. He had help over the top or he had a little help underneath. Amari Cooper took two men off the defense. That's just automatic. There were very few times that Amari Cooper goes one-on-one. It's rare because he was that type of receiver. So I don't know if he's gonna be an upgrade or not. I don't know. We don't know. I know some of y'all think y'all know, but we don't. We got to see it first. I think he can do it. I just ain't seen it. See, there ain't never been a true number one. Even at Oklahoma, he was not. CeeDee does most of his damage on the inside. Not saying he can't do it outside. I'm just saying he's more explosive and more damaging of a player because of what he does on the inside, where he gets a third cornerback or he's one-on-one, in the slot where he can destroy people. I know he can do that. I don't know what he can do outside. And Jerry Jones don't know either. And you don't know either. So y'all don't try me. We ain't seen it yet. So I don't know how you figure he'd be an upgrade. I had a problem with what Jerry said, and I'm coming to it in a minute. And that's what I just said before. Jones like Cooper, whom the team traded in March in part because his production didn't match his $20 million practice tag. I think that's out. See, sometimes people say things, but if you let them keep talking, what you're going to notice is that if you let them keep talking, they eventually going to say what they really want to say. Jerry did that. Look what he says right here. He says, but Jones acknowledged Cooper had his issues. He had his issues. Now with that, ain't no telling what he was saying, y'all. But don't talk about him now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like that. Don't try to throw shade on the man now, because he played with you for 4-5 years. One thing about Cooper, he was consistent. He was quiet. We don't know what he said in practice. We don't know what he said in the huddles. We don't know nothing. We ain't heard that. I seen the little game bite, when they had the microphone, the camera on the sidelines. We heard Cooper talking a little bit. We heard him on Hard Knocks talking trash. We heard a little bit there, but that's just limited stuff. What you mean he had his issue? It wasn't too much of an issue for you to give a 5-year, $100 million contract. If he had those type of issues, give me a break now. Don't talk about him now. You paid him. He had no issues. The issues wasn't that bad. You gave him $20 million. Let me read on. But Jones and Knowledge Cooper had issues, and that Lamb has the making of a more complete number one receiver in production, in the huddle and off the field. Now, I'm not going to argue that much with the production of CeeDee Lamb, because CeeDee Lamb has produced. His rookie year, he had over 900 yards receiving. His second year, he had over 1,100 yards receiving, 6 touchdowns, 70 some odd receptions, and he went to the Pro Bowl. That's production. I'm not knocking that. I'm not gonna knock CD. But could it be that CD had those type numbers because Amari Cooper was on the field? Hello. Could it be that the double team went to Amari Cooper, which left CD one-on-one with whoever? Could it be that Michael Gallup had not his nice numbers because Amari Cooper was on the field? Hello. Could it be that Dalton Schultz, who everybody, could it be his numbers were, the numbers that he had because Amari Cooper was on the field? So it ain't really, that's production. See, when you take 2 men away on a defense and everybody else get to eat, that's called production. That's called production without getting the football. See what I'm saying? I didn't like what Jerry said, but the truth came out on this. And I'm going to come back to y'all. I know y'all talking in the trap. I can't even see that right now. But look, y'all. Look at this. He said he has the chance to be a more of a complete number one receiver in production, in the huddle. God only knows what Jerry going with that. And I could speculate and give my opinion, but I don't even want to talk about that. It's the last part I want to talk about. And he said, and off the field. See, now this is where the truth comes in. Nobody said nothing about Amari Cooper until Amari Cooper did not get a shot for COVID. Amari Cooper missed some games. You know that ticked off Jerry. I said that when it happened. It didn't come out with it, but now that he's gone, here you go, and off the field. Amari Cooper ain't never been in no trouble. Amari Cooper ain't never been in no trouble. Never. Amari Cooper just didn't go get vaccinated, which of course is his choice. And I was really sitting there like I didn't say nothing. I said, when you start talking about vaccination on the team, you're going to hurt your team. I said that. It's just the truth. A player like him, and we know what he means to this team, I said then that if guys don't get vaccinated, they're not going to play. He missed some games, and some of those games were crucial. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not going to act like I didn't say it. I knew it, but that's his choice. But they ticked off Jerry Jones. Y'all know they did, because he figured, look, I paid you $20 million, man. You need to be a leader. You need to be on this field. That's what Jerry was talking about. I already know what he's doing. And I bet you they made up their mind right then that they knew Amari Cooper was going to be gone. Not that he was not productive on the field. See, that's not true. is because you weren't there when your team needed you the most. But you mix that in with this incredible dilemma that everybody had with the vaccination shot, getting a shot, period, and you got ticked off. Now you want to talk about it. Now you want to talk about it like he's just a cancer in the locker room, in the huddle and off the field, a more complete. And it's ridiculous. But here's the numbers, and then I'll leave it alone. And I'll come back to Keith's comment. Keith, I ain't forgot you if you're still here. I'm coming back to your comment. Of course, by most metrics, Lamb was already, listen. Lamb was already the Cowboys' #1 receiver last season. That is not true. Amari Cooper was the #1 receiver. I see these people. He's more. You don't have to have the football to be the #1 receiver. It's what kind of drama you cause, what kind of chaos you cause for a defensive coordinator. That's what Amari Cooper is. Amari Cooper is a problem. He is. He said the former 17th overall pick had more targets, talking about CeeDee Lamb, to Cooper. 120 targets for Lamb, 104 for Cooper. 79 receptions for Lamb, 68 for Cooper. 1,102 yards. I see you, Pastor Greer. I see you. I got you. It's easy, Pastor Greer. $ Doug Brooks 2. $ Doug Brooks 2. The number 2. $ Doug Brooks 2. I'll put it on the screen in just a minute, but it's easy. $ Doug Brooks 2. Is that it? Look, y'all see this. 1,102 yards, 1,102 yards for Lamb. 865 for Cooper. Cooper had 8 touchdowns though, and Lamb had 6. But see, you ain't put down the drops that CeeDee had. I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay, all right. Y'all see what I'm saying? Jerry want to talk all this stuff and try to shoot the man down. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like that. Now, I'm going to say this, because I know, and I'm going to bring his wide receivers coach on here from Oklahoma, Dennis Simmons, who I played football with. He's now the assistant coach at USC now, with coach, Jesus, what's the boy name? The coach of Oklahoma, Lincoln Riley, I'm sorry. Lincoln Riley, of course, has moved from Oklahoma to USC. Everywhere he goes, Coach Simmons goes with him. So both of them were there. So Dennis Simmons recruited CeeDee Lamb, obviously coached him, and he's been on my show before. I'm going to try to get him back here so we can talk about what CeeDee really can do. CeeDee, CeeDee is different, man. He's different because it's rare when, and Coach Simmons told me this, when he was on the show. He said that CeeDee was our go-to man, even though he lined up primarily in the slot. He was the #1 option. For Jalen Hurts, he was the #1 option for the quarterbacks that were there. That's what the coach said it right here. Y'all got to go way back to go get that. I'm going to bring him on here again so we can kind of let him, because if anybody know, I mean, he was working this kid with CeeDee since he was a sophomore, I believe he said, in high school. And then he got him to come to Oklahoma and was there. So if anybody knows him, he knows him. And I'm going to let him tell us. He might, as a matter of fact, let me tag him. He might watch it. Right now, he's the assistant head coach for assistant head coach for the USC Trojans now. And we played football together He's from here, from Memphis. He's from Memphis. Played here. We played high school ball at Kirby High School here in Memphis. So I played football since I was about 7, 8 years old. So I'm talking about, this is my guy, my friend, and he knows him. I just tagged him. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. He might pop in here and just peek his head out. You know. Oh, Coach Price. I've been looking at Coach Price says Lamb is a better football player than Cooper. Wow. I'm not gonna argue. I'm not even gonna argue that. CD has the potential to be flat out dominant. He does. I've said it when we first got him. We just got to see it. That's all I'm saying. We just got to see it. See, a lot of people are wondering if he even. See, I'm gonna tell y'all now. See, we're kind of armchair type people when it comes to this, but you got guys getting paid millions of dollars to study tape, formulate game plans, try to find out the tendencies, trying to find out if he lean when he want to go right. Does he lean left trying to set you up too much? What's his first step like? Does he swing his arms too high? These are the type of things that real people look, real coaches. Coach Price is here. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Who watch film all day, all night, studying these guys. Please understand, y'all can say what y'all want about CD Lamb. I'm telling you right now, ain't no defensive coordinator is not going to pay attention to CD Lamb by putting 2 people on. I'm telling you that right now. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, first game of the year, will have double team coverage over there. Now, if we played the Rams, they may just say, hey, Jalen Ramsey, you one-on-one all day, but everybody don't have a Jalen Ramsey. See what I'm saying? They don't. If you don't have a Jalen Ramsey on your team, you're doubling him. Because if you don't, he gonna kill you. There's no doubt in my mind. So I promise you, that's why I'm saying he's going to get the same type of respect that Amari Cooper got. And I'm just speaking in terms of being double. That's going to happen. The question is, can he give us 74, 75 plus receptions? And can he give us over 1,000 yards? That's the only question I get. I really don't have no question with the receptions. He's more explosive than Cooper. I just want to know, is he gonna get, is he gonna get 1,500 yards this year? He's capable. Okay. So what Jerry said, I just didn't like the shade about Cooper. I didn't like it. I didn't like that because Cooper ain't never been no, I see you, Coach. Coach said, let me see what Coach said. Coach said 2 teams, the Raiders and Cowboys, have questions about Cooper. Football, dog. Yeah. Well, everybody's always said he ain't no diva. He's more of a laid-back personality type dude. He ain't the Michael Irvin personality, that type guy. He's not the T.O. type guy, He just ain't. He almost put you, not play wise. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm just going to throw this name out, but I'm not saying he's as talented or as great as this guy is, but his personality kind of matched this, and that's Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison with the coach, Peyton Manning's guy. He never said nothing. He just played. His talent level was so incredible, though. That he was there, but that's how Mara catch a touchdown. He one of the few wide receivers that catch a touchdown, just hand the ball to the referee. What wide receiver, not gonna do no type of dance? You don't look excited. You don't look like you too amped up. All that kind of stuff. I'm just saying, y'all. Be careful. Let's not kill Cooper. I'm just saying. He was not no trash. Let's get that right. He was not trash. He was not trash. It's just I really believe that lack of getting that vaccination. I really do believe that was the final straw. I really do. I believe that's what it was. Yeah, I think that's what really. I think Cooper could have done nothing right after that, especially when he missed games because of it. And then after missing games, he still didn't go get no vaccination. I believe that really ticked him off. There wasn't nothing he could do. That's just me. Now, finally, and I'm gonna open up the lines momentarily. What did Keith say? I promised him I was coming back to his thing. Oh, well, I ain't got to go back. He started talking about the offensive line. Well, welcome to our every year rotation of the Dallas Cowboy offensive line, wondering if we can stay healthy. Just in case you didn't know, y'all heard about it. I'm not going to put too much stock into it, but at the same time, because of the person, you have to. And that was that Tyron Smith couldn't practice. Man, good Lord. Couldn't practice because of back tightness. And I'm saying to myself, Tyron Smith, I mean, I understand it's not really serious right now. And if you just breathe too hard, you're going to sit out. I get that. But when you say Tyron Smith, you have to pay attention to any kind of report of him not being right, because the man just, he just hurt, man. The man stay hurt. He does. And when you start talking about him, any news about him, Tyron Smith, that is, you have to put some stock into it. And I'm saying, it's to the point now when we talk about Tyron Smith, it's not if he's going to get hurt. It's when. When and how long. That's where we are with Tyron. The chances of Tyron Smith playing 17 weeks is y'all know that's not going to happen. It's just a matter of when he gets hurt. How long is he going to be out? That's where we are with him. That's where I am. Because I done seen it too many years in a row now. So that's why they drafted the way they did. Because they're anticipating it too. Yeah. That's why they drafted the guy that's going, Tyler Smith. That's why they drafted him. Because they're anticipating him. They're anticipating him to go down. They're going to slide him to left tackle. Put McGovern in, probably right there. McGovern in and left guard, and take your chances. That's why we doing it. They know Tyron Smith not gonna make it. They already know it. And for him to be talking about back tightness, and we ain't even got started yet. Good Lord, man. I'm to the point now that if he go walk to the mailbox, I'm scared for him. I'm scared for him. He just hurt, man. All right. So to answer your question, Keith, I'm agreeing with you. I hope that we do stay healthy. That's the only way Dak is going to, Dak. It makes Dak better, obviously, if his line is there. We have to have this line stand up. Here's his comment. A question: how will our line hold up this year? We'll be able to give our quarterback enough time to make plays. I think so. Keith. I really do. I think because you gotta keep in mind our offense is not no 5-7 step drop type system. We one thing about Dak, the ball get out of there. So we 3-step drop, usually that's a slant, a little quick app. That's his game. So it's the deeper routes where something like that may come in. Yeah. So I don't. Most of the time we've been able to hold up. It's just when it's 3rd and 9, 3rd and 12 and stuff like that, and Dak gotta throw a deep end or a crossing route or something like that, a deep crossing route or a post route or whatever. And that may come into play. But our system demands that he get rid of the ball quick. So we'll just have to see. All right. Joe, what you say, Joe? Joe says, what you say? Smith already having back problem season, haven't even started. Exactly. It is what it is. He got a little time, and keep in mind, he got plenty of time to rest. His spot is secure. You don't have to practice. That's one of the guys that don't have to practice. He don't even have to. He's not gonna play in too many preseason games, if any. Okay, so we talking about 2 or 3 months down the road now, about 2 months. We're in the preseason in August, so we're talking 2 months. He don't have to practice. He don't have to play in the preseason games. He don't have to do nothing. His spot is secure. He's going to be our starting left tackle. All he needs to do is rehab. Whatever's messing him up, whatever it is, he just needs to sit down, rest, get his body as best as it could be. So when we line up against Tampa Bay, he'll be there when we play Tampa. Week 1. He don't have to try out. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got to worry about getting cut. He don't. He'll be our starter even day 1. Even if he hadn't done 1 snap in practice or in preseason games, he will be our left tackle. There is no question about that. He just needs to sit down somewhere. If this back problem was legitimate or if this was true, then he needs to. Good Lord, he need to get some help. It is what it is. All right, I'm done. I'm just telling y'all, a lot of talking going on now. If Coach, let me see, Pastor Greer, if you're on here, he was talking about my book. Most of you guys know that I released my book a few weeks ago. The book is doing well. Appreciative to everybody that has bought the book. I see you who's already bought the book. If you have not, all right, I see Coach already. If you have bought the book, then I appreciate it so much. But if you have not, if you know about the book, there it is. $2, Seeking Clearer Thoughts, 60 Days of Reflection. I didn't bring my book in here with me. I may need to show it before it's over with. But anyway, that's how you can purchase it. It's very simple. You can do that way. All right. I'm done with that. My coach is on the line now. Coach Mar, come on, talk to me.
What's going on, Big Show?
Man, we're doing the best we can, man.
Man, I got a couple of things I need to straighten out for Cowboy fans, man.
More than that.
All right, first I'm gonna start off with the last verse because I just heard your comment about Tyron Smith. It's 2 issues I got with this. One, I think we are over exaggerating, and I know you're gonna push back on this about Tyron Smith's health. I think the neck problem went for a long time where he didn't get it supposed to have gotten surgery a long time ago. He kept leaving it off. He didn't have the surgery. He didn't have any of his outs this year came for any of that neck partial he had somebody fall on his ankle. I mean, if the guard played better and the guard was one that fell, our own player fell on his ankle and getting that high ankle sprain with a big guy with a high ankle sprain, we had problems. So I didn't see him have a lot of injuries with the elbow or the neck. Those things I would say, hey, these things were probably going to linger or going to be one of those things and not just friendly fire type injuries. Those injuries are injuries that, they're not really going to get better during the season. But having an ankle thing, that's just the nature of the game.
Yep.
Second thing, what I say about Tyron Smith is that the Rams won a Super Bowl with a 40-year-old offensive tackle. In the last 2 years, this offensive tackle has missed, I think, 11 games. But when it was time for them to have him down the stretch in the playoffs,
he was there.
He did his job.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't care about if he was going to be out here and there because they felt that they're an NFL team and you should be able to survive a game or two with a backup offensive tackle. Mm-hmm. We have survived games with Tyron Smith being in.
Yeah.
The whole offensive line don't fall down because Tyron Smith doesn't play. If that is the case, you would get a bigger problem with Tyron Smith.
Yeah.
Because you can use your offense to be able to help with other tackles out there to be able to get through a game and still be productive.
You really going back to my problem. That's all depending on how your offensive coordinator's calling games, but I ain't going to start that.
That goes back to the offensive coordinator, your offensive line coach,
exactly.
and knowing your personnel and being a true offensive coordinator of the whole offense and knowing your personnel and their weaknesses and their strengths.
No doubt about it.
That's his job.
No doubt about it.
So this Tyron Smith thing, we are pushing this a lot, and I'll tell you one of the issues I have with it is there was an interview with Washington, the receiver that was in a walking boot we got from Pittsburgh.
James Washington.
And this is a problem with the Dallas Cowboys here. He was in a walking boot, and Mike Fisher had an interview with him, and he asked him about the walking boot, and Washington said, when I was in Pittsburgh, we weren't allowed to talk about our injuries if it wasn't something that needs to be on the medical report.
Love it.
Fisher said, nah, you're in Dallas now.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is the problem. If Tyron set out the first day of his involuntary practice,
mm-hmm.
my report would have been, we letting him sit out because we want to see the young players. You would have never known because what we got to tell you about Titans in the backcourt. It's not no regular season. There ain't no need for us to tell you anything.
Why you need to say anything in the summer?
Thank you. Transparency by the Cowboys gets us in trouble and starts fires.
Mm-hmm.
That it could be just saying we just doing precautionary. We seen him do a little stretching. He said he just got in the weight room. He had been just doing his workout. He felt a little tightness. We said, nah, don't worry about it. Ain't no but the first day. That's what they probably said. It's not that you hurt. Man, don't worry about it. This is the first day of involuntary minicamp. You don't need this. So, hey, fine. But we take that as we go to a fire about, oh, man, well, the season, man, this is May.
Yeah.
This is May, first day of involuntary minicamp.
Yeah.
But I do have one pushback, Big Show.
Mm-hmm.
When you said that he don't have, he can sit out and not play in the preseason game, not practice,
mm-hmm.
he would not be a Tyron Smith. I would put a guy that's been practicing because he's going to be better. Regardless how much he's a veteran, regardless of all wars he get in, if you don't get the timing and in the fire, you are going to be half of what you're supposed to. Now, I'm not saying he got to be in all of it, They ain't saying he got to be out there every play, but he got to get in the game flow, and he's got to get in there because every season is different. You cannot come out there, regardless how good you are, and think you're going to step on the field and say, well, I ain't been practicing, I've been working out with the dummies, and get out there and then be productive. That's where holding calls come in. That's where all these things come in, because he will not be ready to be the Tyron Smith that we know he can be.
I agree with you 100%. No, really not a pushback. I just know how the Cowboys are. Shit, you know what's gonna happen if they did what I said.
That's a problem.
Oh, it's a huge problem.
I've always said that was a problem. That we be resting some players and giving some players too much rest, and then they're not. We're resting on the laurels of a guy, because you still got to put. You cannot cheat this game of football. This game is, you can't, this is not where you can say, well, we know what he did in the past. It's a timing sport. And you got to get in there and you got to rough it up, because if he doesn't rough it up, the first game he gets in, he's going to come out. He may be injured because he hasn't seasoned his body enough to be able to take the blows of a live fight.
I agree.
So that's the issue with Tyron Smith. And I'm going to this issue with C.D. Lamb. I'm going on record. I do believe C.D. Lamb is going, and I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to balk on this. Maybe my boy Boss Cowboy might balk on this. I believe C.D. Lamb is a better receiver than Amari Cooper. Going to prove that he's a better football player than Amari Cooper. And I have questions. People who have seen this before, when two teams, one drafted you as a first-round draft pick, you had pretty good years with them. All of a sudden, they question how much you love football. You came to Cowboys, you had a good year. Second year was good. You got your paycheck, and here it again. Another team. Question: are you that type of guy that is a true dog number one? Now, we have always seen, we say, well, one person, two people, it's got to be something else that's wrong with Amari Cooper. I go back to the interview with Michael Irvin, and people try to say Michael Irvin saying something from being a Jerry Jones guy. He always talked about when they first traded Cooper, that he was with the Cooper thing. When they asked him to interview last week, he stopped. And his reason why he was getting off of that is because he said he talked to some people that he really, truly value what they say. And there were some things that made him kind of back up off of that.
Wow.
That's not dogging him.
No.
But if he did talk to some people that he really, truly know about, this person here, this is the mentality here, and he really said, these people, I trust their opinion.
Yeah.
Then I got some questions. We'll see in Cleveland, because if it don't work in Cleveland, if it does have some kind of quirks there in Cleveland, will it be three teams? Because you run routes well, you do things well. Yes, you don't say anything, but that doesn't mean, I've been around too many football players, that don't mean that you are all in football dog because that's what you do well, and just because that's your talent.
Yeah. In other words, is his talent overriding his production or his reputation of his talent?
Where's his want to?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Yeah. Where's the dog? Yeah. That's really what it's saying.
Because too many times we're saying about he's allowing them to take him off the field because he's going with the rotation. He's allowing certain things to happen. We see him sometimes not allow it, but he is allowing things to happen.
Yeah.
Dogs don't allow things to happen for long.
Yeah. It's just a moment, not moments.
So, two teams that needed receivers, they gave up on you, and you were productive.
It had the numbers.
Do we remember Cooper coming to Cowboy land, and the problem is from him coming from the Raiders was his dropsy.
Mm-hmm. That's what they were saying.
But he corrected that.
Mm-hmm.
We can't get on CD Lamb by drop. 7 drops. Mm-hmm. 7 drops in this season. Well, probably the better receivers had 5, 3, 4.
It ain't that much of a difference. It's not. It's not that huge gap. Put it that way. In drops.
No, but we exaggerated these things.
Oh yeah.
As I said about Tyron Smith.
Yeah.
Because we put unrealistic expectations on our stars. Yeah. And soon as things don't go right, we go to the guys that's getting paid the money and not looking at the totality of the whole thing.
Total details.
That's where we run into the course. As soon as a guy gets paid, that's what, if I was in the locker room, yeah. I would tell Michael Parsons, I would tell CD Lamb, I would tell Michael Gallup, since you got your payday. I would tell Schultz, since you got your payday.
Yeah.
You're about to get unreal. The same people that pump you up for it are going to be the exact same people that's going to be watching everything you do, and now they're going to expect you to make every play because you got some money.
Exactly.
We got the players, Big Show. If you would tell me my football IQ would say, do we have the players to win to go far in the playoffs and have a Super Bowl contending team? I would tell you undoubtedly we do. I am not worried about this offensive line. This offensive line got a lot of bad rep because we look at some plays and say, oh, let's blame it on the offensive line. If you look at NFL pro football ratings, the Cowboys line finished 5th in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty high.
With all the multitude of shit that they did.
Yeah, that's pretty high. That's pretty high.
So, we watch sacks, we watch the pass don't go well, or we run the ball 12 times. We say the running game, the offensive line not blocked because we gave 20, and they say, well, we can't get the running game because the offensive line not blocked. We didn't even try to run the ball. We don't make the passes because Dak has to hold the ball, and we look at the amount of sacks because he held the ball because teams knew that we were going to pass it. And Kurt Warner points out in his video, not about the play calling, he calls about the route concept that was running guys right into coverage.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But we still get back on the things that people try to highlight that are not Cowboy fans. Man, listen, Big Show, you know how many stories? Every day I'm looking for a story that some analyst says some crazy trade, some unrealistic thing that the Cowboys are probably going to do, or they think the Cowboys are going to do, with no basis of support of saying this will work. They talking about getting rid of Anthony Brown. They're probably going to cut a veteran guy in Anthony Brown. You don't even know if Boss Man Sack going to even be here, exactly. And if he's not here, who you going to replace Larry Brown with?
Exactly. And the Brown.
They talking about, well, you know, they talking about they going to trade for this guy, trade for that guy. I believe right now, today, there will not be any free agent signings in Dallas until we start training camp, and they see where we are, and if we have some injuries in training camp, that they would turn around and I would make a move with whoever's out there left then. But I believe that they're going with this team as constructed, And and this is where the big if comes, and this is where I agree with you wholeheartedly. If the chefs do not prepare the food correctly,
no problem.
Makes no difference if you go get phrases or not.
Exactly.
It's not gonna be a good meal.
Exactly.
I'm not worried about this defense.
No.
I believe Big Show, this defense is going to be epic.
Yeah. I already said top 10. Without a doubt, it might enter top 5. I'm serious. I believe.
And if the offense helps,
yeah, you
can
win.
Ball control, quick strike offense, ball control, but strike with the passing game,
you can win.
This defense would be top 3, top 5.
Mm-hmm. I can see it. I really can. I appreciate you, Coach. Thank you, man.
All right, my man.
I appreciate you so much, man. Always. All right. Once again, y'all know Coach gonna drop the fire. Y'all know that. Y'all know he gonna drop the fire. I started laughing, y'all, because I put it here. Y'all already see it, don't you? Just look at this right here. Coach I think Coach Miles does. He don't know it, but he be leading right into my next little section of what I want to talk about. Right there, y'all read that. Read that. We can stop right there at the stuff in mode. It says, as the Star Telegram describes it. It's from the same article. It says Lamb will be playing the Jerry Rice role as the flanker in the head coach Mike McCarthy's West Coast offense. Let's read that one more time. As the Star Telegram describes it, which is the paper, the paper in Dallas, Texas. Lamb will play the Jerry Rice role as the flanker in the head coach Mike McCarthy's West Coast offense. Interesting comment right there. Let's go a little further, then I'll come back. It says this is a great argument. I think just the way we've established the offense, particularly in the passing game, the ability for those guys to play positions, to create matchups, and make it hard on the defense to double you, and those type of things. My point is playing in the slot a lot last year, and now I'm playing in the flanker guys in year 3 that he's going to get a lot of more attention from the defense, but he's doing all of the little things that are needed to get him ready to be the number 1 guy. And concluded that sounds like the makings of a monster season for a talented receiver. Let's go back up, y'all. Let's go back up. See, it depends on how you look at it. I got some questions right here. But it also, if you look at it differently, could it be that something is going on that we don't know about? It's right there in that sentence there. He says, as the Star Telegram describes, the Lamb will play the Jerry Rice role as the flanker and the head coach Mike McCarthy's West Coast offense. Problem number 1. This is Kellen Moore's offense. It's not Mike McCarthy's offense. It's Kellen Moore's offense. Mike McCarthy really ain't got nothing to do. Mike McCarthy is the same guy now that said, if you install the plays, you are the play caller for the game. What did we see last year? Y'all know. Mike McCarthy had these head set-ons just like I got right now. And Kellen Moore did all the calling. He didn't intervene on the offense. But if you want to look at it strange, it says that he's going to play the Jerry Rice role as the flanker in the head coach Mike McCarthy's West Coast offense. Now, if you remember at the end of last year, Coach McCarthy said that he was going to be heavily involved this offseason in the offensive philosophy. Y'all remember that? Read that sentence again, y'all. He will play the Jerry Rice role as the flanker in the head coach Mike McCarthy's West Coast offense. Could it be that Mike McCarthy actually may have his handprint on this offense now? I'm just throwing it out there. I'm reading, just like you're reading it now. Could it be that he's going to be more of an influence in formation, more of an influence possibly in play calling? Not saying he's going to call the plays, but because Kellen Moore version of his offense is not that offense that Mike McCarthy come from. See, when Mike McCarthy won the Super Bowl, y'all, Mike McCarthy ran a 4 wide receiver set with Aaron Rodgers in 2010. That was the offense. And he had one running back who had lanes to run, because in a 4 wide receiver set, you had to match up to it. And certainly you weren't going to be putting linebackers on wide receivers. That's where all this nickel and dime stuff came from. Because when you played the Green Bay Packers back then, you had to take a linebacker off the field and replace him with a defensive back, because they always lined up with 4 wide receivers. They did. I find it strange that that sentence says in the head coach Mike McCarthy's West Coast offense, when we all know that he has had, or at least so far, he has not had really that type of influence over Kellen Moore. That's Kellen Moore's offense, and it's not the West Coast offense. Then, as we move down, look what he's saying. He said this is a great opportunity for him personally. What is the great opportunity? He already know the offense. He just learning a new position as the number 1 receiver, which is Cooper's spot. But Cooper wasn't running no Jerry Rice role. Jerry Rice lined up everywhere. Y'all, for those of us that are old enough to remember, Jerry Rice was everywhere. Cooper was pretty much primarily on one side of the field. He ain't lined up in no slot a whole lot. Look at it. It's speculation, but could it be? Yeah. Hey, Gary, I see you in the house. You see, I'm starting to, my mind is going back to the end. See, I personally hope that Coach McCarthy take over. Maybe not take over completely. I'm just saying more of his handprint on there, because you remember at the end, if you've been following me, I'm the one that's been saying this year right here for Coach McCarthy, he got to get it done. Why? Because the seat is going to get hot. I've been telling y'all, if the Cowboys get off to a slow start this year, Dan Quinn proved last year with that New Orleans game that he can take over. It's an easy transition now. Dan Quinn is a head coach. He really is. He is a head coach. And he just fell right in. We went to New Orleans and beat New Orleans, and all the team loved Dan Quinn. The head coach is already on the team. They're grooming Kellen Moore to eventually take over. You already have the head coach, you got one on the team. I'm telling y'all, if Dan Quinn get this defense humming like I think he is, and if the offense is not clicking, I'm telling y'all, I really do believe that Coach McCarthy.
One more time.
Coach, I believe that Dan Quinn is gonna fall right in, because they did it last year and they found out that this team love him and this team responds to him. And if the offense is not clicking, I do believe that seat gonna get real hot. And there's gonna be some pressure from the media. And of course the national media. And it's gonna make it real hard on Coach McCarthy. And I feel like Coach McCarthy need to put his hands on there, because if my job on the line in a secret type of way, if I'm gonna go out swinging my way. That's what I'm thinking. All right, Coach, I hear you. Let's go, Coach.
Hey, man. Hey, Big Show. I'm sorry, man. Well, you put up that thing up there about, he said he's going to try to use, establish in the passing game matchup, so you don't have the ability to double team your receiver. You got that right there in Tony Pollard. If you use Tony Pollard in the passing game and you use him out of the backfield running option routes on linebackers, they will have to dedicate people that will crowd him, and you can get your receivers more open on one-on-ones, and that will open your passing game up greatly.
Yes. In actuality, Coach. Let me tell you
the three things that Tony Pollard would do. One, in the passing game, like he was in Memphis when he came out of college, you use his athletic ability in the passing game, not just in the slot, but coming out the backfield, motioning to the slot. Three things you're going to do. One, you're going to have CeeDee Lamb with a lack of underneath coverage. Now he's only going to probably get over the top coverage, as well as you're going to probably have some attention with the safety and linebacker towards Tony Pollard, because in space, you have to rally with him in space because he has return skills, and one missed tackle, he's going to bump his head against the goalpost.
Mm-hmm.
Two, Ezekiel Elliott will have more room to run because that linebacker in the box cannot have his eye on attacking the line of scrimmage if he is concerned of Pollard getting loose. Three, you will have a matchup problem with Pollard, and you will be able to get him his maximum touches between 15 to 17 touches. You still will give him probably his 9 to 10 carries. You still could give Zeke his 15 carries. You still will give Tony, you will still give Dak Prescott his 35, 36 passes, but a lot of those passes will be very safe passes, and everybody will. You have to utilize your totality of your players to get matchups for you want. Because Kellen Moore has that capability to be able to create a passing game that utilizes all of his weapons to their maximum ability. Mm-hmm. It's one thing to be soft, but to be a pass-happy guy and not use the guys that you're supposed to use in the passing game, that's called football malpractice, coaching malpractice.
Oh, stupidity. Go ahead.
So if they want to use CeeDee Lamb in that case, utilize Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott and feed your offense of them, and you still can be a pass 60% pass team, but you will make the running game easier by the space, and the passing game easier by the space that Tony Pollard will allow you to have because of his game-breaking ability in the flat, over the middle, dump-off passes, on time, him catching the ball on the run, not just going and standing and you throw the ball and he catch it, he had a dead stop.
Yeah.
With passes with him on the move.
Yeah. Well,
defensive quarters have nightmares about that.
Here's the thing, though, Coach. That's what McCarthy did when he won the Super Bowl. His fourth receiver was a lot of times a switch between Donald Driver and the running back would take over that spot. That was coming out. It was Dorsey Levens, and I forgot the kid who was real shifty. Well, a lot of it was Randall Cobb, because Cobb lined up everywhere. Cobb was kind of like Pollard is now. That's the way Randall Cobb played. Right. And he would line up out there and cause all kind of chaos because they would trap him there with a bunch of linebackers. They'll have Cobb lined up in an I formation and then swing him out to the slot, line up as a receiver or a stack or a little stack thing, and would totally just annihilate people. That's why Rodgers was just, MVP that year. I'm just saying, I agree with you 100%.
That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing in Green Bay with they run it right now.
Yeah, Aaron Jones, same thing. So
and they run the ball when they power back. Dylan's still getting his carries.
Yeah.
He's still getting his 15 carries a game.
Yeah.
And the main running back still getting his. They run the ball 20, 29. Green Bay average about 27 runs a game, and they still give their receiver, their running back, about at least 6 or 7 catches in the game. And most times, because that was on my fantasy team, she was racking up points in the passing game, catching touchdown pass.
Yeah, this is Kellen Moore again. That I'm trying to say, like, okay, you got all this firepower, but you don't know how to drive the car. You gotta
if you don't know how to drive, take the keys.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody take the keys.
And I really feel like that this is where Coach McCarthy needs to go ahead and put his foot on the pedal here. If this is what the case is, I find that little sentence there, Coach. I don't know if you're looking at it right now on your phone or on your laptop.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
I find that strange because this is the first time I've ever heard of, other than when he first got hired. This is the first time I ever heard somebody say it. And keep in mind, this publication, the Star Telegram, which is one of the major papers there in Dallas, says that it's in the head coach Mike McCarthy's West Coast offense. We ain't heard nothing about Kellen Moore talking about a West Coast offense. We haven't heard that. We haven't heard anything. So I'm wondering. That's what I'm saying. I'm kind of wondering here. Is he putting his foot on the pedal a little bit here? And I hope he is. Because one thing we can't take.
Matchup football.
Well, check it out. One thing we can't take from Coach McCarthy. He got a ring on his finger. I mean, that's just the bottom line. He got a ring on his finger, and we don't. So he knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He knows what he's doing. I'm just wondering. All right, Coach, I appreciate you again. I'm glad you see it like that.
Matchup football, man.
Yeah.
Matchup football is what he's trying to get to, and I hope he can get to that.
Yeah, I'm just. Thank you, man.
All right, my man.
All right. Jerome, Mr. Cowboy Nation, McNeary, my guy from Memphis, Tennessee, who does the same thing that I do. He has his own podcast, Let's Talk Football. And y'all know when me and Jerome get here together, y'all know we've been about to do it. So Jerome has been in hiatus. He's been doing his thing. He's been taking a little time off, but I'm already knowing he itching to come back. Jerome, you ain't slick. I'm gonna pull you in here. I know you're on vacation, but look at that, Jerome. Look at that. We're gonna have to talk. I'm about to pull you out of vacation for one day, and you got to come on in here. I know you need a break. Your break just about over because I'm getting ready to pull you back in. Look at that sentence there, Jerome. Look at that. Do you see something? See, I'm glad you just coming in because you ain't really heard what I had to say. So but I know you just as a cowboy as I am. Look at that sentence there in bold right there, Jerome. Don't you see something a little strange right there that we ain't heard about before? This is an article, Jerome, about what Jerry said that CD is an upgrade over Amari Cooper. I've already talked about that, but this is what Coach McCarthy was saying in quotations after that. But that first, because of the publication, the Star Telegram, who's got inside information about the Dallas Cowboys, and talk to coaches and players, obviously, because this Mike McCarthy was talking to whoever wrote this article. Look what he says here. As the Star Telegram describes it, Lamb will play the Jerry Rice role as the flanker. Watch this. Here it is, bro. In the head coach Mike McCarthy's West Coast offense. I thought it was Kellen Moore's offense, Jerome. Now he's gonna play the Jerry Rice role and Coach McCarthy's West Coast offense. Could it be, Jerome, that Mike McCarthy is putting his handprint now on the offense? I ain't saying he calling plays. I ain't saying he, Kellen gonna do what he do. But are we getting? Is he about to invade into the offensive philosophy? That's what I'm going with. I'm gonna talk about this more on Monday. I see that now. I done ran into another show just this fast. I'm starting to wonder here. Cause see, I need to go back and listen to Coach McCarthy because he been talking this week too. You see what I'm saying? I need to go back and listen to his interviews and see if I can catch a few things, cause this is a slick little big thing right here to me. Could it be that he's about to invade the philosophy of Kellen Moore? Perhaps, maybe, to running the football. Jerome, you know what my Coach McCarthy, you know what Coach McCarthy did in Green Bay. Number one, he won a ring. That's the bottom line. But he also primarily ran a 4 wide receiver set, which opened up the running lane, which caused, as Coach Marv Price just said, caused matchup problems everywhere because it took a linebacker off the field and brought a defensive back in because you were not going to line up a linebacker on a wide receiver. And in 2010, Jerome, Randall Cobb was lining up everywhere. Backfield, slot, outside. Coach Marv just came and just said, okay, Tony Pollard, bring him in and let him cause chaos to a defensive coordinator. I said back then, Randall Cobb and Tony Pollard kind of played the same. That's just me. And I'll say it this, Jerome. I just want to see you just coming in. I'm catching you up real quick. I believe that if the Cowboys get off to a slow start, I've been saying this, I think their seat gonna be so hot. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach McCarthy does not make it through the season. Dan Quinn is already there. Dan Quinn is already on the sideline. The team love him. It ain't no hard transition. If the Cowboys get off to a slow start, I would not be surprised if they let Coach McCarthy go and let Quinn finish it out. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I know I'm the only one that said that. You let the Cowboys lose to Tampa Bay, number one, and then let them go 0-2 after they play Cincinnati. Watch what happens. I ain't saying the firing will happen. I'm just going to say that heat is going to be so hot on that seat. And then when the national media get involved in it too, I'm telling you. So I'm not surprised. I'm shocked that I saw that. But I'll say this. If you're going to go out swinging your way. That's what I'm saying. Which leads to that sentence that you see right there. That's a big one to me. To me now. I'm reading in between the lines here. I see this. In the head coach Mike McCarthy's West Coast offense, we ain't heard nothing about his offense in the last 2.5 years. All we heard about Kellen Moore. Why didn't it say in the Kellen Moore's offense? Keep in mind who that is. Now, Star Telegram is one of those national publications that's in Dallas who got inside access to these guys. I just find that real interesting. Don't y'all? Y'all see how we work that thing together, y'all? Y'all see how we done dissected that thing? Y'all see that, right? I'm wondering are y'all seeing what I'm seeing? That's what I'm saying. Jerome, it's time to come on out, man. Don't be surprised if I hit you up and tell you be on the show Monday. That's all I'm telling you. So come on in. You may not do your show, but you're gonna do mine. That's my guy Jerome of the Let's Talk Football podcast that he had. I already know Jerome. Yeah, I'm coming. Don't worry. Yeah, we might need to talk about this, Jerome. I'm serious. I see something. I'm seeing something here that's not gonna really be revealed. I hope they keep it under locks, to be honest with you. But this won't really be revealed until probably week 1, because they ain't gonna show all this in preseason. But oh yeah, Joe, you're right. Yeah, I agree, Joe. The first 5 games is gonna. Let's look at this real quick. Let's look at this. I think Gary put it in earlier. All right, let's look at this. This is why I say the seat gonna be hot, y'all. That's why I'm saying, look at the 5 games. Whoever talk about we had the easy schedule, I don't know what world are they from, okay? The game 1 is going to be begging for us to beat Brady finally. Good Lord. Okay? All right, the Bucks. A lot of people going to have the Bucks favored in that game just because it's Brady. We need to win that game, okay? We definitely need to win week 2. That's Cincinnati. Washington, Carson Wentz comes back. We're not scared of Carson Wentz at all, but Carson Wentz has moments. And he has a running game. And he has some good receivers. And he has a good tight end. And their defense will be back this year. Their front 4 will be back. So it's not going to be an easy game with Washington. The Giants, division game. We all know division games, how they are. All right. Then, of course, week 5, the world champions. And you already know that they're going to score. Okay. We know that. All right. So this is what I'm saying. You let us lose. I even go right. If McCarthy can go, let me see, in the first 5 games, if he can go 3-2, the seat won't be hot. But the narrative will be this. The narrative will be the Cowboys doing what they always do. They'll say, let me just play. Look at these first 5 games. Watch this. If we lose to the Bucks and we lose to the Bengals and we beat Washington and the Giants and then come back and lose the Rams, that's 2-3. The narrative will be that the Cowboys are still the same Cowboys. They can't win the big games. That's what they're going to say. They're going to say they beat up the NFC East, but they can't win the big games. So they're going to say we ain't got a chance. However, I've been saying this just like I said last year. Hey, Chad, this is what I've said about the Cowboys. 1 win can just upgrade the whole season. Get these guys total confidence. If they can beat the Bucks week 1, Cincinnati ain't got to change because the confidence level will be so high. It'll be through the roof to beat Brady. It just look, y'all can imagine how I mean that's just how the Cowboys are. They get this game here, that Buck game, the first game. They probably will win every game, maybe with exception of the Rams. McCarthy say 4-1, good start. We good. But you let the Cowboys lose game 1, game 2, win games 3 and 4, and then lose to the Rams. That's 2 and 3. Mike McCarthy's seat, his job will be on fire. They are going to start calling for his head, which means I'm going back to this sentence. I'm not letting Kellen Moore dictate my job status. I'm not. I'm going to have to intervene. I want to keep my job. I like getting paid a few $1 million a year. I don't want to go back home. Another job may not be available immediately. No, I want to keep my job. So I'm going to have to put my foot in here in this offensive game planning room, in this offensive team meeting room. I got to get in there. Because I ain't putting my job in the hands of Kellen Moore. When I know I need to run the ball and he refused to do it, no, I got to get involved. I hope that this is the case, or what I'm really looking at now. I hope this is the case on this sentence here. Don't worry about it. Y'all gonna hear about this Monday. I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth with it. I think I already have. Joe said, I believe we start 4-1, probably losing to the Rams. At first, if we beat the Bucks, look out. If we beat the Bucks, look out. The confidence level will be there. If we beat the Bucks, look out. That's all I'm gonna say. Joe, I believe that can happen if we beat the Bucks. All right. Cincinnati's gonna be a crazy game too because everybody gonna be concentrated on Chase and Diggs. Lyle Collins come back, with Cincinnati. Oh, it's gonna be an emotional game too. It will be. Joe Burrow thinking he the second coming of Joe Montana. Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Cincinnati game gonna be crazy too. We gotta win. And we don't have time. I don't know who said it's an easy schedule. We don't have time for any mistakes. And the national media is going, can y'all imagine Undisputed and First Take if the Cowboys start off slow? Can you imagine Stephen A. Smith? I ain't talking about him laughing because we're going to laugh, but I'm telling you, can you imagine the national media talking about the Cowboys if we start off 0-2? Seriously. Oh my God. Oh my God. Tell y'all. All right, I'm done. Appreciate y'all and my tirade talking to y'all about all this yip talking that's going on, and it's fine. D-Law talking about Michael Parsons showing him when he's supposed to show you up. He's different. He's supposed to show you. He's supposed to have more sacks than you. He's supposed to. Come on now. You ain't hit double-digit sacks since you signed the contract. You haven't. You're good. But you ain't on that level. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you. Jerry Jones, being Jerry Jones, running his mouth. Even though I heard the shade, I saw the shade that he had for Cooper. Yes, he had some shade. I don't talk about him now that he's gone. Talking about he's off the field and all that. His off the field stuff wasn't that bad. You signed him for $100 million contract, $20 million a year. And you the same, Cooper. Don't start talking about him now. Don't Don't try to kill him. You already done traded him. Let that be the end, okay? Stop it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. You know, if he believes CD's better, I'm not going to knock that. He better be. He better be. CD better be better than Cooper is, because if he's not, we'll be right back at the spot where we were before we got Amari Cooper in the trade. Like, Dak has no outside help. That'll be the next thing. If CD better be better than Cooper, he better be. That's how much faith that the organization obviously has in him. Hey, he better be. Okay. I know all this yip talking, and I'm tired of talking. Look, I got to see it. Only people that need to be talking is on our defense. That's the way I feel about it. Only people need to be talking, because they're going to be some dogs this year. I already see it coming. I can feel it. The defense is going to be explosive this year. Offense, you know, I think we're going to be good. It just remains to be seen how good we are. If Kellen Moore, you know, if he does have all the, you know, the same responsibilities last year, it's all depending on how well he calls games. Will he stay committed to the running game? Lord Jesus. If they stop you one or two times, don't mean that you got to line up a shotgun for the rest of the game and have Dak throwing the ball 50 times. That's just not how it's supposed to be. But that's Kellen Moore. That's how Kellen Moore does it. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. I can't do him like that. I hope Coach McCarthy does get involved. Because Coach McCarthy got what we want. He got a ring on his finger. I don't want to hear nothing about, well, he had Aaron Rodgers. He had Aaron Rodgers when he was young. And just in case y'all don't know, when Mike McCarthy left, you know Aaron Rodgers has not been to a Super Bowl since, right? Which obviously means he ain't won nothing. Ain't won a Super Bowl since Mike McCarthy left. Those are facts. And of course, Aaron Rodgers got way better than what he is in 2010. Still ain't won. So let's not knock Coach McCarthy. I hope he does get involved. I want him to get involved quickly. All right, that's it. Listen, real quick. All right, there it is, y'all. Most of you asked, some of you got it. Coach Marvin, if you still on here, I need you to take a picture with your book and inbox it to me. If you're still on here, Coach Marv, I need you to take your book that I'm quite sure you got it by now. You should have had it by now. If it's not, it'll be there probably, maybe the other day, who knows. But I need you to do that. For those that don't know, hey, there's my book. My book just came out a couple weeks ago. Seeking Clear Thoughts, 60 Days of Reflections. Is here. If you want to purchase the book, if you want to know about the book, it's about, a little slightly, it's not a daily devotional, but it's something similar to that, more of a practical way of looking at things. Like, okay, we're going to have trouble. We're going to have problems, but it does not mean that we have to look at it negatively. You still can find some type of sunshine even in chaos. That's kind of what I'm trying to get people to see. So you won't be so depressed. So you won't be so brokenhearted. If you just start thinking differently and start thinking that's what this is all about. So if you're interested in getting it, this is how you can do it. Oh, not that one. Not that one. It's this one. Cash App, $Doug Brooks 2. If you're using that, please put your address in the note section, and I'll get it to you, mail it to you. It's really just that simple. Mail it to you. I have to order the books and print them off, and we can get it sent to you immediately. If that's not one way, if you have PayPal, did I have that in there? Okay, if you got a PayPal, just type in that, the Big Time Show 3 at gmail.com. That's how you find it. You can get the same thing. Put the address in the note section. It will be mailed to you immediately as soon as it gets printed off. You can do that way. But this week I had some more good news to make it even easier if you wanted to do it this way. My book now is at Barnes & Noble online. It's at Walmart online. The book is at Walmart online, and now it is on Amazon. So the book is in global places now. It's all right there. For those that are on Podbean, if you want to purchase the book and on Podbean, you need to get ready because something else is coming as well. I am going to, on Podbean only, I am going to be doing podcast show, Seeking Clear Thoughts. Title of my book, that's going to be the name of the podcast. We'll talk about spiritual things, not preaching type, but things that just to help you get to think. So I'm going to put all of this on Podbean right now. There you go, right there. If you want to do PayPal, I am going to put it there as well. Big Time Show 3 at gmail.com. And there it is. This is the way that you can do that. And then, of course, the book can be ordered on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. It can also be purchased online at Walmart as well. Just go to the sites, type in the book. Let me type that in for you. Most of you don't even know it. I guess I need to put that on Facebook as well. I'm typing it in for you now. It's Seeking Clearer Thoughts. Seeking Clearer Thoughts, 60 Days of Reflection. That's the title of the book. The Days of Reflection. I appreciate all you guys hanging with me. I'm about to get out of here now. I'm just trying to type all this stuff in for you guys. There we go. Hanging with me. Appreciate all you guys hanging with me. Let me put that in. It's there for you. There it is, right there. If you want to know the title of the book, there it is for you right there. Type that in. If you're ordering from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, if you want to go that route, there it is for you there. Just type that into the search bar. If you want to just search by the author's name, that's me. Just put Douglas Brooks Jr. Douglas Brooks Jr. That's one S. Douglas Brooks Jr. That's all you got to do. Book gonna pop right there in your face, and there it is. I would appreciate it so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be with you guys on Monday, 7 p.m. We're gonna talk about some of this stuff some more. All right. I'm gonna start listening to Coach McCarthy. That's what I'm gonna do, and see if I can catch some things without him trying to say it. And give my little interpretation of it. It was a pretty good show today, as far as I'm concerned. You may think so, but whatever. All right, we need to get out of here. Let me go and get them clapping emojis going, because y'all already know how we leave. We leave partying. We don't leave sad. We don't leave raggedy. We leave hype. We leave jamming. All right? That's how we leave. We leave jamming. So Monday, 7 o'clock p.m., We're going to do all this all over again. Yes, we are. I ain't going nowhere. I'm back. Y'all know that. Here we go. Joe Hayes, thank you for showing up over there in Italy for me, man. Thank you so much. We might as well go and get out of here now. Let me see. Joe, appreciate you, Joe. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Monday, 7 p.m. Central for the one and only. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Big Time Show.